Oh. What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to On the Warpath, y'all. Y'all know how we do here every Wednesday. Chain of Command, Sanchez 405 with you. And if you're new, make sure you click that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime this new content posted. Because you know what we do here? We talk about the Washington Commanders, y'all. And it's big time. Big time now. Camp started today. Finally, our boys moved into camp. Good. It's exciting. It's day one. It's not really anything too big going on, but you know, we had good news coming out. I saw Sam Howell had thrown some nice passes. We got to see the first time a completion to from Carson Wentz to Terry McLaurin. Dear Lord, we hope, God willing, the creek don't rise, that we'll see that a lot. We got some news out of the Hall of Fame today, so that's another thing we're going to talk about with Joe Jacoby on the senior committee list. So we'll dive into that. We'll dive into some of the shenanigans that we've seen over the last day here with our boys and with our fans too. I mean, Carson Wentz, he is going to get mollywopped. He's going to mollywop some of our fans if the stuff continues to continue to happen there. But yeah, we'll dive into here. Wait for a few folks to come on in. But you know, you take a look at some of the stuff, especially Ron Rivera yesterday. He got in front of the media for their for his introductory press conference into the new season. And I thought it was a perfect launch pad. And I believe it was Nikki Giavala from the Washington Post that had asked him the question, is this playoffs or bust? And he goes into quotes. He says, no, it's not. It's fair to say we expect to win, and I'll leave it at that. And that's what the quote is on the thumbnail. We expect to win. What's up, Tim? How you doing, brother? Rockman, how you feeling, bro? Yeah, and we know he's talked about the week. He's talking about the third year. He talked about his third year in Carolina. We know everything points back to Carolina. This is the launching pad. They got their quarterback, and I also recommend to you, if you haven't seen it already, go out and go to YouTube. You can go to the Commanders YouTube channel. They did a nice little documentary, lots of glitz and glam. And you know, I think some people thought that Marty Herney wanted Kenyon Green. Kenyon Green was picked at 15. We picked at 16 kids. So just remember that. And they said we had to go Jahan Dotson. So, and they got Jahan Dotson. This looks like a guy that they wanted from the jump. They even had a clip of the scout talking about Jahan Dotson back at the combine. Now, if you, I don't know if you want to go back there and sit and look and see, like, hey, did they go back to Indianapolis and re-record this or not? But, I mean, it was pretty good. I thought it was well done, kind of documented everything that kind of went down. Talking about Carson Wentz getting traded. Of course, we knew the culminating activity was getting Terry McLaurin re-signed. You had a lot of in-house guys. They had some clips of Ron talking to the guys after the win at the Meadowlands the day after, and what they needed to do, stay as a unit, develop, have ownership and of the team. What's up, Door Gunner? How you doing, fam? And I liked what they had to say there. Corey, what's up? Got to see gap integrity from both offensive line and defensive line this year. That's how linebackers and running backs make play, whoever's wearing the jersey. I don't think you'll have a problem with that with the offensive line, but defensive line, I don't even think you have with the defensive line. I think it's just guys getting there, a point of the guys getting there. You know, we've had the inability at the linebacker spot since Ron's gotten here. And they really have done little to nothing to address that outside of drafting Jamin Davis. When are you coming down to man? I ain't fighting no. I saw that video you sent me. Looked like the thing from Jurassic Park. sprayed the guy with the glasses. I ain't messing. That's why I don't go to Florida, man. I don't go to Florida in October when it's somewhat normal, like I did last year. But no, I mean it's a good point, Corey. But I think it's going to be the execution of like, man, Paulie, shut up, Gunny Man up in here. Everybody call him Gunny Man on it. It's just Paul. It's just plain old Paulie. That's all it is. And he probably has something. Don't forget to check him out. First String Podcast tomorrow night, 8:00. They're gonna have I heard they may have somebody very interesting on there. Hey, Florida never normal. Sometimes Florida normal. Sometimes Florida normal. Hey, appreciate you, Nikki. What's up? I remember you. Yeah, I remember the Tiger logo on there. Shout out. Man, we missed you though. During the sweep. Didn't really matter because we both were terrible. Appreciate you dropping by. Appreciate y'all coming by. But yeah, you kind of looked at this. And also you had the pup lifts that came out. Of course, you got Chase Roulier, Tyler Larson. Those are your 1 and 2 centers there. Logan Thomas is on this list. Chase Young, and they talked about Chase Young's injury a little bit, and we need to meet up. I hopefully I'll be there week 1 at FedEx Field. I'm looking forward to. I'm planning it. I will be up there next weekend though. I will be up there Saturday for the big old practice event. What's up, Trevor? How you feeling, man? And those are key guys, especially those are 3 of your main starters right there, and Young, Roulier, and Logan Thomas. But it also opens up the door for younger guys, especially on that tight end spot. We're very hopeful for these kids planning to fly up from Miami. Be there next month. Giants will be better than expected. They can't be any worse, can they? Paulie, why are you always putting in capitals? It's like you yelling. Yeah, you are yelling. That's your speaking voice. Anna, we haven't seen Anna in a long time. Hi, Anna. I just talked to you earlier. We might be up there. Both of us might be up there. So, we'll see. But where was it? Y'all made me lose my train of thought here. But yeah, the tight ends. That's what I was talking about. The tight ends. You've got John Bates. I think you've got high, somewhat unrealistic expectations set forth for Cole Turner. I think he's going to be good, but I think a lot of folks out here think he's going to be all world. Like, I think, guys, we got to temper our expectations with Cole Turner. Now, he wasn't on that highly. What's up, Corey? Watched a lot of tape on Wentz, just like all quarterback when his feet. Yeah. Hey, why am I reading it when I can put it up here? It's like all quarterbacks when he sets his feet, good things happen. Keep up good work. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Good name as always. Miami nice. Live there in summer. What's up? What's up, Rufio? I'm not gonna say that. And what's up, Marcus? How you feeling, y'all? But yeah, the tight end, there's good potential in that room. You've got Sammis Reyes, who I don't think is going to make the roster. The Craig guy, Armani Rogers, I don't think either one of those guys are going to make the roster unless they're barring injury. But if these cats stay healthy, they're not going to make the roster. Let's see here. That's Trevor. What's up, Damien? And then we just need Sammis on those tight end screens. Done deal. We'll see, man. We got to get him out on the field. That's my thing. With Sammis Reyes, the boy's always hurt. He's hurt halfway through all this offseason. Y'all know the story. You can go back and watch the video what we heard at OTAs. I'm not gonna do it for the sake of Paulie being in here. We're gonna be, we heard this story about 5 times. How many times you gonna talk about it? I'm just gonna tell you, it is what it is. Coming on to that, but pause. And you kind of looked at also they had media availability for Ron Rivera and Carson Wentz today. Sammis practice today. Oh, he did finally. I don't know if it'll be this year. And they got another guy too, I think, on there. And let's see here. I don't know if I don't know because where he was on the active roster last year, I don't know if that works out that way. A good point though. Samus practiced today. Samus gets worked. Let's see. Let's see. Samus is a nice story, but let's get. Oh no! If Ron wants you to make the roster, you're going to make the roster. We know this. Reyes will make team and be productive. He doesn't even believe that, y'all. He's just saying that just to be that. Like, he's being a habitual instigator over here. What's up, Dubs? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, true. But yeah, they had Wentz out there, and I think I see the problem with Carson Wentz. In his first, it's not really a problem. It's just like, oh, that's him. In his press conference, he's very he talks very fast. He's like very, very fast. And I mean, maybe his brain's processing that, but and sometimes it comes off as a little bit of panic. That's what I got. That's what I got out of it. He talked about playing fast and playing free and playing smart and all the good stuff. Yeah, and I think he's saying all the right things. Now, we talk about Ron Rivera. He's reiterated this. Somebody here believes in him. He believes in Carson Wentz. And they even talked about the abilities of Carson Wentz and what he brings to the table with his arm talent. And, to Corey's point, his footwork is going to be key. Now, like I said, he can be excitable. This press conference, you go back and watch it a little bit, and you can tell he's a little bit. And I think Ron even used the word hyper to describe him a little bit. It's not, and I'm not knocking. Please don't think this is me knocking him. I ain't knocking the brother. I'm just saying that may be where he gets a little anxious, that little gunshot mentality. So I mean, but I thought it was a good press conference. He said everybody had a great. He said that's a great question. That's a great question. That's great. I'm like, Carson, not everybody has great questions, but no, I thought it was a good press conference for the most part. Ron was talking about his opening day expectations. It's just learning. This is building block, yada, yada, yada. Your regular old coach speak. So, I mean, it's a good press conference. Good takeaways there. And, we kind of looked at Paul. Paulie, you're crazy, man. But, you're kind of looking through the Twitter sphere and following some of the cats that cover this team. And, JP Finley, he was talking about seeing our guys out there. John Keim had some notes from Carson Wentz, William Jackson III. I think Taylor Heineke even had some plays that got batted down that were defended. William Jackson III was out there on him. Let's take a look at what Zach Selby had to say here. One thing I like what he said in the press conference was, if nothing's down, take a deep trick. Yeah, that's true. I mean, and that's smart. That's what he needs to do. Take what's there. Now, if him saying that and him doing that's two different things too, because we've seen that before. And we saw the guys in there training helmets too, and Jon Allen was kind of like, what? Like, yeah, no comment on that. Talked about Brian Robinson out there looking like a man. He looked like a man amongst men out there. Best thing Wentz may be having a quarterback room with a guy with limited arm talent. Let's see here. Let's see what Corey had to say. And say best thing for Wentz maybe is having a quarterback room with a guy with limited arm talent that knows the offense, show him how to take what's there. You think Carson like that in a perfect world? I think it's great. You think Carson is going to take that advice? I hope he does. I really do, because that's common sense. But Carson in the past, Carson now, I feel like he's renewed. So I think he will take that advice under advisement. I know Carson and McLaurin had a couple of deep plays. They seem to be building some sweet chemistry. Let's translate that to the regular season. Yeah, I mean, and it's just one day. You know, they were out there in California a couple weeks ago. What was it, last week, maybe? So that's a plus. They were out there, so they've been working with each other. Let's see here. I think McKissick had some good plays here. Andrew Norwell had a good rep. There you go. You're lying. You're replacing for Brandon Sheriff. Had a good rep against Casey Toohill, backup defensive end out there, and McLaurin snagging bombs out here. There's a lot of good things. Apke missed a pick, and then Derek Forrest had some coverages. 3 teams, 3 years. Yeah, we got a good. Yeah, and that's another guy I don't think is gonna make it. Do they carry 3 running backs? They carry 4 running backs? Do they carry the fullback Arma? That's the thing. That's a lot of what a lot of people aren't like putting into the consideration. A fullback is a running back, and Alex Arma is a fullback who played at Carolina. You got to keep credit. And if they're doing this old school thing with actually running the ball and committing to the run, that's going to be key right there. Is if they keep him on the roster, is that your 4th running back? His 3rd? You know, you're going to keep at least 3. Let's see here. Hal threw a good ball to Reyes. Here we go. Did Samus come up with it? That's all. 3 teams in 3 years. He better. Yep. Ain't no lies told there. We talking, the defense be spitting needs to be spitting fire. Pause. Oh my gosh. Yes, and Samus did not bobble the ball. Oh man. There you go, Sammy. It's day 1. Steve, what's up, man? How you feeling? Been a minute. Doing good, bro. Hope we can link up next week. Paulie's got a point there too. Look, he always trying to change the narrative. That's what he does on 9-8 and all these other plays. He think he yells and he can change the subject. Guess what? We're changing the subject, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to stick on the offense though. You know, the interesting thing is about this offensive line too, that we've got guys still out, got our center. So that's another thing. And we talk about bringing in Carson Wentz, and he's going to be working with probably his 3rd center. I don't know who they said was out there at the center spot, but this is a guy they're going to be changing. It's going to be changing hands a lot, and that's a lot. Learning this offense and getting developed in this offense, that's something to look out for. I think the expectations that the fans have for this team are dwindling. Yeah, yes and no. I think more or less, I don't think it's the product off the field. I think it's everything on. It's not the product on the field; it's the product off the field that a lot of people are having problems with. Oh no! Move you to Carolina. Daggone. Hey, you might be closer now, depending on where you're at in Carolina. Jalen Smith. No? Jalen Smith be good. Offensive line should be nice. We have a Stafford alert. His name is Reyes. Man, it's hot all over the world. It's hot all over the Eastern Seaboard right now. Appreciate that. Thank you. A lot of people like this background. I don't know. Just picture. Thank you, though. Yeah. But back to Allison's point. Yeah, I mean, I feel like some people going, the expectations are dwindling, but I think it's because of the off the field foul ups and everything. And we're going to get in that here in a little bit. Oh, the defense ain't gonna be good. I don't think it, but they don't, and I've told you this. The defense, we've talked about this for months. I don't think the defense is gonna be that good. I don't. I think number wise, they're gonna be very bad. They're gonna give up a lot of yardage. But I said where they can make that up, because the roster is very thin. And if you saw the video that we did with George Carmi and Rant on Sunday, that if you look at the depth chart on that defense, it's very thin. It's razor thin. I mean, you've got starters in there who may not stay healthy. You've got St. Juice, who they may be moving inside, and they may got Kendall playing outside. There's a lot of question marks there. I think this defensive line, you lost two good cogs with Tim Settle, who I think probably is more valuable than Matt Ioannidis. They got Ioannidis down in Carolina. So I think there is going to be a step back on there. I don't think this defense is going to be great. No. They're going to be in the bottom half. They will be, yardage-wise, they will be in the bottom half. But where do you make that stuff up at? You make that up with turnovers, sacks, on third down. That's where you need to make up the difference there. You can have a 20th ranked defense, if you're top 10 in turnovers, or you're top 10 in third down, it really got to be in top 10 in all those, top half in all three of those categories I just mentioned. What's up, Ready Red? Let's see. Our corners are going to be roasted and toasted. Best corner we'll probably have is Benjamin St. Juice. I don't know, man. I think William Jackson III will bounce back. I think he will if he stays healthy. Because I mean, damn, he got flagged every game, almost every game, the first half of the season. There was legitimately, I think the first 6 games he was flagged at least once per game. Let's see here. I think the offense has to score 4 touchdowns a game for this team to win this year, and I think that's asking a lot. I don't think that's asking a lot. Once you get it going, I don't think that's asking for too much, especially this day and age in the NFL. And, to Paulie's point, too, you make that up with ball control. You're running the ball. You're giving it to Brian Robinson. You're making it up with Antonio Gibson. You're using your run game. Now, will Scott do that? That remains to be seen. There's a lot of what ifs. There's a lot of missing puzzle pieces that you kind of have to link up there. And I mean, we all don't know. We'll see how this happens. Like I said, it's just day one of training camp. Injuries can happen. They can happen for us. They can happen for one of our opponents, and that could change the whole tune of it. Like I said, I don't think that I really don't think that it's anything to worry about. But like I said, the defense, let's see here. Yeah, and he's going to be here as long as Ron's here. That's the thing. That's Ron's boy, because Ron is Norv's boy. So he's going to protect him. Yeah, that's why you take the ball out of his hands. There's no reason on God's green earth that Antonio Gibson should be running the ball 32 times. It just doesn't happen. Let's humor me for a second. I want to see something. Antonio Gibson. This is where y'all always got me going here. Let's see. You can win with average running backs. That's the thing. I always tell people this. Henry's an elite running back. That's the offense. If Henry goes down, Titans ain't much. I think you got to have average. I'd rather have 3 average running backs than just one single solitary elite running back. But that's just me. Let's see. I want to see where his fumbles were. Fumbles. Let's see. There's no rhyme or reason to these fumbles. There is no rhyme or reasons to. I mean, didn't Tiki Barber do that back in the day too? He didn't have that fumbling problem back in 2020. I think we're comparing apples to oranges. That's last year. Now, if he keeps on doing that this year, yeah, it's time to take him up. He lost fumbles there. What's up, man? What's up, Pick? Yeah, he had one the previous year. He can make that up, though. I want to see one more thing on these fumbles. While we got it here. Yeah. And that's fair. That's fair. That's not a problem. But like we forget what the kid did his rookie. We forget what he did his rookie year. I think he bounces back because you're taking the ball out of his hands. Like I said, he doesn't need to be carrying the ball 36 times a ball game. Let's see. He fumbled against Dallas. Who else he fought? He lost a fumble against Carolina. That was a win right there. And Green Bay. Yeah. I mean, and it's fair. Like I agree 110% with you on that one. But I take the ball out of his hands. He didn't have a viable number 2 option either. Because it was all on him. And plus the kid is, if he can do anything of what he did in 2020, guy will be all right. Guy will be okay. But he's got to clean up that fumbling. And if y'all got anything else to add to this, let me know. But this is it. Has to get it going. Yeah. I think Gibson will have a great year for us. He will be healthy this season, thanks to the rookie. You see? Yeah. I'm not concerned about Gibson. I mean, I understand where Alex is coming from. Like, don't get me wrong, but he's got to clean that up. He's got to tighten that up, and that's also on the job of Randy and Jennifer to get that right too. As his position coaches, they got to sit there and talk and figure that out with him. Safety's better ready to hit. Yeah, that's another thing is we got to figure out who the Buffalo guy is, or the Rovers, I like to call them, because that's actually what it is. But they just wanted something sexy to sound, and you can print it out in paper. He carried the ball 36 times in a game last year, especially down the stretch. He carried that ball a lot. Let's see here. Where am I at? He carried the ball in the second half of the season. He had about 18. He had about 18, and 2 of those times He had it about 30. He had 29, 23, and 24. He don't need that. That's just what it is. There was a couple of games he probably could have had more carries. Yeah. Yeah, down the stretch. And then he did not play. He didn't play against Philadelphia. That was the only game he missed because he's out. He was out for that Philly game. Then he came back to get his bonus pretty much against the Giants. Now I don't say you need to cut down his touches. Now that's two different things. But his carries, yes. Yeah, they benched him against Carolina. That was the only time they ever benched him. Remember? There were a lot of times they sent him back out there. The only time they benched him was against Carolina, at Carolina. And after that, he only fumbled the ball one time after that for the rest of the season. And they credit him one with Dallas. Yep, that's what they did. I just don't think he has to. Like I said, he doesn't need to be touching the ball that many times. I think he needs, especially getting there about that 15 range. I know he had 16 last year per game, but like down that stretch. And maybe he needs to get in a rhythm. Like when he fumbled the ball, let's look at when he fumbled the ball. He fumbled the ball against the Chargers, which that one he fumbled it twice actually. He lost it once, and that was put him in for the game-winning score. Let's go to Kansas City. He only touched the ball 10. He carried the ball 10 times, and that one fumbled, lost the game. Against Green Bay, he fumbled, but they recovered his fumble. Carolina, and then against Dallas, which Dallas was all over the defense. Yeah, he will, and that's a good thing. He needs to take them away from him. But y'all, like, enough of the Antonio Gibson crash parade. I don't know. They say this Brian Robinson dude is ready to be NFL. I mean, yeah, you go back and look at him at Alabama. The dude was running, and he doesn't have a lot of tread on his tires. He's older, but he doesn't have a lot of tread because he wasn't a feature back until this past year. There you go. That's all you need to know. He came back. Brumman can play. I mean, he ran over all Cincinnati's defense like in that bowl game, and I think he was the offensive player of the game in that game. But Brother Man can run. He can roll. He can tote that rock. I'm loving it. You've got a traditional running back. Week 6. Week 4, 5, or 6. My concern is that they will force him back if this team is under 500 after like 4 games. That's my concern, that they will force him back. Or they will start listening to him saying, oh, you're good? You think you're good? Oh, okay, yeah, we'll get you back out there. If not, I think they're going to last it to week 6. But they need to take the time with this. What they say, his surgery, they actually took a part of his other knee to build back, but they say it's a longer recovery time. I think it's going to be week 6. So that gives you about 10 weeks right around the team. K. Trey says they're going to be used a third. He's going to be used more than some third and shorts. I tell you that right now. Don't get it twisted. That might be his primary role, but don't get it twisted. He will be used more often than you think. Like, they did not get this. This guy is Jonathan Stewart to what Ron Rivera had in Carolina. If you want to compare Antonio Gibson to McCaffrey, maybe a little bit of D'Angelo Williams up in him just because of speed, but that's what he is. He is the Jonathan Stewart that's been brought in here for this team. So you're gonna see him on more than just third downs and shorts. You're gonna see him a lot of plays. I could see him in the red zone a lot of times. I think we're gonna see him a lot in the red zone. Let's see here. But y'all, let's talk a little something. Let's talk some couple things here. So we found out today that Joe Jacoby should be, hopefully will be, but not this year, a Hall of Famer. And we've talked about this on here before. The former Redskin left tackle, guys, probably the best left tackle, and we've had a lot of good ones. We had hell of left tackles in this organization for the Redskins, and yet and still, this man can't get his just desserts. And Shanahan made this cut. Yeah, Shanahan made that cut. I guess because all his people made it in there, right? Will he go in as a Denver Bronco or a Los Angeles Raider or a Washington Redskins coach? Only wrong answers are accepted here. Shanahan. But, wouldn't it be great if Robert Griffin III introduced him, Mike Shanahan, in his Hall of Fame induction? Anyway, it doesn't make it to me. It makes no sense. Hog, we only had one of the Hogs up in there, up in the Hall of Fame. Don't make sense to me. Guy is. Let's just look at the resume for Joe Jacoby. And I guess because they thought maybe they could get away with him because of Bob Kuchenberg, who was on the Miami Dolphins. They're like, well, we got one offensive lineman in there. We're good for right now. Oh, no doubt. Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Mike Shanahan because what I haven't said earlier. Man's won 3 Super Bowls. He's part of all 3 Super Bowls in the team's history. Super Bowl wins, right? First team All-Pro 3 times. He's a 4-time Pro Bowl. Well, we know how serious. And this is back when the Pro Bowl was serious. He was on the All-Decade team of the 80s. Let's take a look at the All-Decade team of the 80s. First teamers. This is the first teamers now for the All-Decade team. And I will tell you, and this is just on offense now. So all the first team, well, he was second team, excuse me. All but 3 players are Hall of Famers on the second team. Dan Fouts was the quarterback. You had John Riggins on there, James Lofton, Art Monk, Ozzie Newsome, Gary Zimmerman, Mike Munchak, yes, the one that was the head coach of the Titans, and Mike Webster. Roger Craig, Bob Frelick, and Joe Jacoby. Roger Craig and Joe Jacoby, they've been finalists a combined 5 times. Like, man, what are we doing? Like, it's just like they literally, they have a name and they only have one guy in the Hall of Fame. And this extends on even more than, people. I know Toothpick always like to say the organization needs to fight for these guys. The organization doesn't have anybody on the Hall of Fame selection committee. There's nobody that daily covers this team that represents Washington. It's Jared Bell at the USA Today. And the last Commander story that he published was about Jack Del Rio and what he said about the insurrection at the Capitol building. And then Dan Snyder needs to go. He wrote an opinion article about that. To me, it doesn't seem like, hell, we might as well have Mike Florio be our guy. Like we see, it makes absolutely no sense. But now when I see Roger Craig on there, it makes me feel a little bit better. But either way, it ain't right that Joe Jacoby has to go through this process, has to get kicked back another year. It's not right. It's not fair to him. But it is what it is at the end of the day. We can sit here. We say the organization don't fight for him. If you ain't got a pig in the farm, how you gonna win? Shout out Linda Skeens. Like, who else do y'all think needs to be in the Hall of Fame? Think London Fletcher should be in the Hall of Fame. London Fletcher, that's gonna be a while for him too. That's gonna be a while for him. Yeah. And what I even think is even funnier, they literally have a guy, New York, one of the Giants writers, represents the Giants, right? I think his name escapes me, but he literally wrote a book about Bill Walsh, Joe Gibbs, and Bill Parcells being how they changed the game of football in the 80s for the better. Like those three guys, how they did it. But you can't get Joe Gibbs' guy on like his offensive line, which has a name. He was an offensive-minded guy, but you can't get him on. It beats me, y'all. It really does. I don't know. It's deplorable. But now, hopefully we move on. And if that didn't add insult to injury, y'all, this next thing will. So, and I was like, and I've been very open-minded, for lack of a better phrase, to the rebrand, right? Patience, all that good stuff. Y'all, I think they've hit it with me. I really do. This has not, I was blown away by the lyrics to this fight song. I could not believe it. Like how bad these lyrics were. We're like, they give you option 1 and option 2. Here's option 1. Let's you know what? Let's just share it together. Let's look at these. Share screen. Yep. Got me. Let's look at this. I will not be singing because I cannot sing. But here you go. Take command of these. So option 1, hail to the Commanders, hail victory. Fight for our Commanders, fight for ODC. What the hell does that mean? That's the first part. We're going to take a minute. We're going to go through this. Hail to the Commanders, hail victory. Fight for our Commanders. What? Like really? Like, y'all mean tell me this took you 2 years? Fight. Here we go. We'll go. In the midsection is the runner pass the score. We want a lot more. Beat them, swamp, touchdown, let the points soar. We all know that's familiar. Fight on till you have won. This is another thing that they didn't highlight, and I have a problem with. Fight on till you have won all of Washington. The damn thing in the song said Sons of Washington. So to me, when I in Hail to the Redskins, it said Sons of Washington. It is talking to the team. Sons of Washington. They are the team. Not all of Washington. So I like how they slipped that in there. If you're going to say all of what, you need to say all for Washington, because you're talking to fight on till you have won. All for Washington. That sounds better. Like to me, that comes off a whole lot better than what you got here. There you go. And then it says, Hail to the commanders, hail victory. Fight for our commanders, fight for old. You're fighting for yourselves? Like that's what you're doing? That's what this says to me. You're fighting for yourself. You might as well say, you got a right. We got to fight for our right to party. Thank you. Thank you. That is wrong. If you want to change it, just say all for Washington. Either keep it all for turn to all for Washington, or keep it Sons of Washington. Now, I mean, they might want to put this inclusive language. I don't really care. And then here's the pun intended on the thumbnail. Hey, this is option 2 now. Hail to the commanders, hail victory, leaders on a mission, fight for old DC. Leaders on a mission. Leaders on a mission. Hey, I guess what? I'm a leader on a mission on this one. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I know, right? They love us here. We got them. But leaders on a mission. Like, what we lead? What's the mission we on? So we're gonna change, like, and if you ask me about if we're gonna change the name to Leaders on the Mission on the channel, no, I'm not. It's still gonna be on the Warpath. That I'll take option 2, but my option 1 is just to scrap the whole damn thing. That's too much. This is too much. This is too much for you, boy. This is too much. Out of all the damn things that could get me triggered, this crap, this is bad. This is bad. This is really, 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 really bad. I can't emphasize that enough. Leaders on a mission, or fight for our commanders. You ever said hail to the commanders, fight for our commanders? If I had to pick one, in a perfect world, I'd pick neither one of them. But for the purpose of this, I will pick number 2. But they will hear. Like this, do they not think everybody's going to sing hail to the Redskins at the stadium? Like, come on now. Ain't they right? Yeah, like did they lose? They should have hired a songwriter for this. Yes. I'm to the point now that, like a lot of people said, they should have just had No Limit Soldier, right? Like saying, that might have been a little bit better. Times Squad, we did, yeah, like, I mean, we just got hip to it. But y'all, I don't like I don't like this at all. That's just, this is like, yeah. And here's the quotes down here at the bottom. Here's the, we are revamping the fight song, arranged for a new and new and fresh composition that still stays true to the recognizable lyrics and melody you, the fans, know and love. Music and lyrics by David Berkskin and Mariah Berkskin McLean, based on the original Barnaby Berskins and based on the original by Barney Berskins and lyrics by Connie Griffin. No more on the Warpath option 2 for 200. Yeah, I know, right? That kills me. Why did you get Pharrell? Pharrell's from Virginia. Could have got him. Chris Brown. Could have got all these guys. But yeah. Can y'all hear these?
Hail to the commanders.
There you go.
Hail victory. Leaders on a mission. Fight for old DC. Runner, passer, score, we want a lot more. Beat 'em, swamp 'em, touchdown, let the points soar. Fight on, till you have won all of Washington.
Oh, that's so awful. Oh, God. The whole Washington is just so damn awful. Oh, it sounds even worse when you hear it. Oh, God. Here we go. Here, let's listen to another one.
2, 3, and hail to the commanders. Hail victory. Fight for our commanders. Fight for old DC. Runner, passer, score.
Yeah, I can't, y'all. I can't do this. This is as bad. This is as bad as the guy who asked Carson Wentz today, could he have his wedding ring? Like, this is where we're at. Like, we're really here. This moment, this point in life, and we've been relegated. Oh, my God. Oh, God. It's like when somebody gets plastic surgery. Who's the actress that gets a lot of plastic surgery? It's like Dolly Parton, right? Some of y'all might not know her, right? But like Dolly Parton. God loved a woman. This is like a Dolly Parton face because you know she had the works, the lips and everything, Botox, and just look droopy. This is it. We tried to shoot Botox in it, and it didn't work. It had a bad Botox reaction. No living soldiers. You are showing your age. Man, y'all, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. Come on. Yep. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. It was. Connie Griffin's lyrics were, and I think wasn't like skin them, scalp them, something like that too. It was in that old Dixie line, and then they kind of churched it up a little bit. Bump, bump, bump. Make it say, They see straight garbage. I see they want to keep old school fight song, but it's a new name, etc. They just make it. Yeah, that's fine. Like, just make a new song. Hell, a lot of people were saying "Hail to the Redskins" at games last year. So I mean, to that point, like, guys, what are we doing? Maybe we get used to it. We always do. We get to attrition. But yeah, man, this was the funniest thing. Shout out to Scott Abraham, friend of the channel. But he shared a Twitter video. I don't know if y'all seen this. Boom. I got Scott. Here we go. And our boys over there at Ref the District shared this too. So I want to share this all with you. Let's see here. Let's see. There we go. So you see. See right there. This guy right here. I want you guys to watch this guy. Guy with the bad haircut. I wouldn't have him near my cheering, to be honest with you. But Jerry! Look, see? Look. Did you hear him? Look at this. Watch it one more time. Look at the face. Look at that face. You know he about to add something menacing.
Jerry!
Can I have your wedding band?
It's a rubber one. Yeah, but it's mine. Oh, you can get another one. Take it off. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the man for his wedding ring. Right. And nobody should have to deal with it. No, like I feel bad for Carson Wentz, man. No. I always say that. I always say if they win, nobody cares. People say this is unimaginative. Does it really matter if they win the Super Bowl? Will they win the Super Bowl? No, I'll put my money on that. They will not win the Super Bowl this year. But let's see here. Gunny Man, what's good? Yeah, he's a fool, man. A weirdo. Oh, yeah. Guess who's in here? The Swisher Sweet Smoker himself. Pause. DC Bay. The only man who needs... Y'all need to do... He needs to do his own show. We need to get DC Bay to do his own show because it'd be unfiltered. It'd be angry about everything in the world about DC sports. It all sucks. To hell with Ted Leonsis and the Learners. You know, they've brought the last 2 championships to DC, but to hell with them. They're trash. These are conversations. These are people I deal with on a daily basis, y'all. But y'all, we're coming back strong every week. There's gonna be videos. We're gonna do more. I'm gonna do more lives this year. So next week, get ready. Thursday Night Football, Hall of Fame game. Come back here. I'm gonna be on it, and we're gonna try to do a whole lot of Thursday night games this year. Whole lot of Monday night football games. Whole lot of Sunday nights. And y'all enjoy, and y'all come in here. Hopefully we have a whole lot more to talk about. Good things, not bad things, but this is hold our breaths and everything. And just remember, we're leaders on a mission. But anyway, y'all, Sanchez 405. And make sure y'all keep that same energy. We outlast the bastards together. We're leaders on a mission, or we're fighting for our commanders, or fighting for a right to party. The hell if I know, y'all. I don't really know. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me. As always, keep that same damn energy. We outlast the bastards together. Sanchez 405. Love, peace, and hail. Till the next time. We out.